Alright, looks like we're in. So, start game. We'll start a new one just to make sure. Science, because career is way too flippin' hard. Here you can set that you want to receive way more experience than you should, but I'm just going to leave it on regular. So basically I'm just going to show that with the minimal things you have, what kind of difference it makes. Just to be able to move things around. Yeah, got it. Okay, one of those. One of those. And this bad boy right here is what gets you. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to straight up launch it. And we'll see how far we go. And it's always a good idea to press T, because this will lock your angle of momentum. Straight up vertically is actually called radial out. We're not really going to bother with that too much. I also like to open up my fuel column and stage views just so I can see what every single stage over here is using it for fuel, so I know exactly when it's going to end. And last off. So what we're looking here is the height that we can get to. And go to map. Our apoapse is, well, it almost made 14. Oh, so even at about 11. Probably hit 9,000. Oh, 10,000. Alright. Well, that's just a test though. Instead, we're going to revert flight back to vehicle assembly. I'm going to put structural on. Radial out, which is this button, is X. You'll get used to that in time. So here, we take these, and we could just, oops, which way is it? There we go. D to rotate. Now that looks ridiculous. What we do is we take our rotate tool, and rotate those down. In fact, we can rotate those in. You know what? That's kind of boring. So let's hover onto the strut, hold Alt. Want to go back into place, and it makes a copy. And because we can do awesome things with staging, we're just going to take that and that. So what we'll have is we'll have the two rockets on either side, then the other two rockets on the other side, then finally the one in the middle. Because basically the air is very thick, so there's no need to use all the power all at once. I mean, we can, but it won't be as good. Is there anything else we can do? Ooh, tail fins. Definitely. And let's see if we can actually try and land it. Now, if you notice on the structural supports, there's still a green node right here. We can still apply stuff on those. And that right there is the reason why these are so good. So we just rotate. That. Now, if you don't like that, we can click on them directly. And do that. Because in some instances, when engines are colliding with each other, they will overheat each other. So this is why you'd want to move things out of something else's way. Just to make sure we can get the door open. There's just one. Oh, come on. One further. There we go. So that has way more than enough parachutes and plenty of power. Launch again. And basically abusing this system is how you can get up so high so early. So once again, oh, forgot to change that. There we go. Now we're good. Don't want to fire off a rocket while we're setting out the parachutes. That's no good. Okay, turn on stability assist systems. Where we're going is perfectly fine. Launch. Now we can't actually ditch these stages, so we're gonna start them just prior to the previous stages going out. There. Surface velocity has gone down tremendously, but it's not picking back up, so we're doing fine. Although that doesn't look very promising, it's only because we've got the simple stage. This works much better with liquid fuel that you can actually control. And once we can ditch the stages, because the stages being on here is what's really causing us issue. They're a lot of weight that we can't get rid of yet. But it's no worries. And nothing else. I think I'll go back to my career mode just to show another little trick. The third game. Now, in this one, I haven't unlocked any of the flying, which is what this trick's going to be about. But it's still helpful to know. So, we get one of those. We get some, there we go, structural fuselages. It takes too long. That's better. Okay. Now what we're going to do is put on the fuel tanks. Yep, fuselage. There we go. Whoa, Nelly. Wow, it scrolls a lot faster in here. Let's see. One more to do it. Now, it's been a while since I've actually done this trick, but it should still work the same. So, we get those, and then we need our air intakes. Like that. That'd be normally how you would do things. That sucks. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to make it better. With these boys. Let's take it down to 1 so far, just so we can make the thing. So we'll put one of these on the underside, and use. Right there. So if we pull the whole thing, there's a unit. Face it in the correct direction. And boom. Alt, click. That's right, this one you gotta scroll. And click. And click. And click. Now normally in a plane, one of these would be just fine because you normally would be going way too fast. Or, it's very fuel efficient, so you never actually notice any of the fuel even leave. But we will, because we're crazy. And for some reason, these generally accept. But in case they don't, we'll just put them on directly, so that we know that they really are pulling fuel. Now, that's crazy. That would easily fall over. So we're just going to brace it. Oh, come on. That's more like it. Do I have any wheels? Ooh, landing gears. Those are new. I like. Of course, what plane isn't complete without a crap ton of wings? I'm gonna put them on correctly. And these are just the generic wing. Make sure everything's flat. Alright. We need to check out our aerodynamics and weight. That should be fine. Just in case, we're going to put it as close as possible. Maybe if we change these ones. That's what we're looking for. Basically, you want the lift to be slightly ahead of the mass on a plane so that it always wants to pull upwards. So we'll just... that should seem fine. Also, once again, moving is awesome. Sometimes they don't even connect. In fact, now they're hovering. Alright, now we need a couple tail fins. And this is a really junky plane. Very rudimentary. I would try and build a better one, but you know what? I'm just trying to prove a point. That's no good. We're pointing down. No matter. Stability control. And turn. I always like to turn the throttle way down just so we can get these that hold brake crease a little bit. And once we have some, just take off. And you notice that we're getting from all the engines. Let's go a bit faster. I forgot to put Evlons on. I've got no control. I just had to go on the basic fact of... that happens. I didn't put actually any controls on there. No big deal. They let you revert, so you don't have to lose anything. Where are those Evlons? There they are. Okay. Hate putting on Evlons. They never just go quickly for me. Takes so long. Okay. Now that we have some actual controls, let's try it again. Because I was getting fast enough, but I didn't have my center of lift far enough ahead of my center of mass for it to really matter. Now, if I had taken that front fin and tilted it upwards, it would have given me tremendous upward lift. As you can see here, since the front of the fin's kind of downwards, the fins are making a spiral like this. So it's actually pointing into the ground, so it's actually got a hard time. If I were going to redo this, I would put the front leg extended down, or I'd take the back legs and put them upwards, just to make sure. Hopefully now we can do something. Lifting up as hard as I can. There we go. Whoa, Nelly. Now that's how you take off a plane. And we survived. Perfect. But as you can see, all of these worked. The reason why it didn't work too well was because if I go back to the hangar again, the whole thing with lift and weight is very important. But one thing I never really care about is thrust. So we put these on, you can see that my lift is just slightly above my weight, even though it's actually below it. And that right there is an issue. We want the weight to be in parallel with the lift. But then we have thrust, and thrust is even above weight. So this is curving very badly. We want everything to be in a straight line. So if I take these, oh, whoops, Control Z, go this way. Rotate these. That drops everything down very close in line. And also you want to make sure everything's lined up in this axis, because you will have a very bad time. Third try is the charm. But this is the reason why I said that these structural supports work better with liquid fuel, because you can stack and stack and stack. Solid fuels don't really like it too much. You can still do it, but you want to ditch those. Where liquid fuels you tend to keep with you a bit longer. I'm not going to bother breaking this time. So we can take off earlier. I'm also at half throttle. Whoa, Nelly. Ha 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 ha, VTOL. Oh well. Basically, planes take a lot of tweaking and I don't really like them, but this is just to prove the point that you can use the move tool, rotate tool, and the structural supports to get you something real good. So, there it is. Maybe next I'll make a video of me actually succeeding. But you get the idea. It's something you have to play around with a lot, but this is a good start.